This is one of my favorite respiratory salves to make during the autumn and winter months. This is our famous winter respiratory chest salve. And my son grew up using it. I use it throughout the winter and autumn months, and so does my husband. And we just love having it in our space so we can use it when we want to. It's super easy to make. Basically, to make about 3.5 ounces, it's a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil to a 1/4 of an ounce of beeswax. So I've already gone and measured the ingredients out. This is a 1/4 ounce. If you want to make less, you could do 1/8 of an ounce, and that would make about 1 ounce to 2 ounces of salve. But this we're going to go ahead and add it into your double boiler. And you do want to have a stainless steel double boiler. If you don't have this insert pot, you can always just do a pot within a pot. That's fine as well. But I like working with the double boiler. So you add your beeswax. Always add your beeswax in first and get it melting. And then you're going to add in your vegetable oil. So while we wait for that to melt, I'll talk about the essential oils that we're going to be using in the salve. The core oils that we use in our winter respiratory salve is rosemary, peppermint, and eucalyptus. If you have young children over the age of 5, you can still use this recipe. You might just add a little bit less drops, up to about half of the drops if you're dealing with like 5 to 7-year-olds. So if you do have children under the age of 2, the most important thing when working with these particular essential oils is you don't want to put it right around their nose, or certainly you don't want to what we call instill it in the nose. So you don't want to be putting the salve up into the nose. On anybody, but mostly under 2 years of age. All right, so our beeswax is melted. We're going to go ahead and add our 1/4 cup of jojoba. I just happen to have jojoba today, so you could use any oil that you wanted to, be it sesame or a sweet almond, and then you just want to stir to get everything melted. So while this is melting down, what we're going to do is just prepare our containers, because it's very quick. Once it all melts down, you can pour it into your containers. I've already made a synergy of the essential oils, and I'll put the recipe below this video that we have for this particular synergy we made. And because of respiratory salves are just that, they're for the respiratory system, and they're used often when there's a cold or a flu or something going on, so a person tends to be congested, they're not smelling the best. And what I would recommend is that you actually make it strong, like between 3 to 5%. You can make it stronger if need be. So for each of these, this is a 1/2 ounce container. I'm going to put about 40 drops in here because I want it to be really strong for coughs, colds, flus, and things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put my drops in the container because I'm noticing my salve mixture is now ready. So I'm going to get my drops. Okay, so I'm going to do my drops. I'm going to start off, because this is kind of a new container for me, I'm going to start off with 30. Okay, so that's 30 drops. Lovely. And the most important thing when you're removing your salve mixture, which is ready to go. Today I'm just going to do this one. I'll make more. Your salve can harden and you can melt it back down. All right. So you want to make sure you dry off the bottom. You don't want any water to go into your salve because the water will make it prone to going off. Then you want to pour your salve into the container and just set it to the side. With salves, you can go ahead and bring it pretty much to the top of the container. Otherwise, you're basically just going to let it sit there to harden. Once it has hardened, you're going to end up with a salve. I don't know if you can see that, but you're going to end up with this kind of what's a kind of a Vaseline-y texture. Very easy to go on the chest, the neck, the back, the upper back and the lower back as well when there's a lot of congestion going on. Has a nice consistency without being too hard. It's very effective, again, for when the individual has a cold or a cough or is coming down with the flu, both a preventative but also to help expand and support breathing. Once you've combined your salve and it's hardened to this stage, you do want to make sure that you label your respiratory salves, just so people know, like once they pick it up, they could see it. Oh, is that frosting? You know, like, can I eat this? So it's a good idea to label, put the essential oils you used, and obviously name the product. So this is just our winter respiratory salve. It's really easy. Everyone in my family knows what to do with this, and it's to apply a small amount on the chest, the neck, the upper back, sometimes the lower back, depending on what's going on. For my son, I've often put the salve on his feet and put socks on if there's a lot of kind of stuck congestion that's not moving or shifting. I found that really helpful. And other than that, that's basically all you need. Again, 5 simple ingredients: the vegetable oil, your beeswax, 3 essential oils, and then you will need a container, be it this glass jar, this is a 1 ounce jar, or those these metal tins, which I really like to use as well for salves. And this is I believe this is about a 1/2 ounce. All right, enjoy.